Alicia, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to her. She is the co-owner of A Kopp Music. The Oxford English Dictionary defines imposter syndrome as a noun, meaning the persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved. Alicia began teaching the flute privately at age 15. Not believing a career in music was a financially viable path, it remained a hobby while seeking another career more worthy. Her double life has led her to being a mad science teacher, an ophthalmic tech, and in the mid-90s, a costumed character actress for the Warner Brothers studio store in the Mall of America as none other than Tweety Bird and Tasmanian Devil. Her hobby now is her full-time job. She co-owns A Kopp Music with her husband Andrew, where they have a growing studio roster of 250 students and a staff of 17, all housed in 5,000 square feet of happy, comfortable studio space here in Golden Valley. Their focus is one-on-one private music lessons that encourage music literacy to foster a lifelong passion for music. She joined BNI in April of 2018 as a part of her marketing strategy and proof to counter the undiagnosed imposter syndrome. Please help me welcome Alicia Kopp.
Thank you very much, Cheryl. So again, I'm Alicia Kopp with A Kopp Music. And I'm actually only one half of the A's in the A Kopp. Myself around the podium here. So my husband and I have known one another since we met our freshman year in high school. That picture on the, let's see here, be your left, is from fall of our senior year. We were drum majors for the marching band, and there we go. He did it for 3 years. I got to join him for the remaining 2 of that. So we've been coworkers for a very, very long time. Andy is actually a retired professional sax player. He's one of the members of Fade to Shade in the late 90s, early 2000s that toured nationally. He's played in several local groups, including St. Cloud's Shake a Hamster Band, Armadillo Jump, and around half a dozen big bands here in the Twin Cities. He also plays the Japanese shakuhachi. You can see him with Chip down there in the lower left. What you see there in the middle is what I've come to expect on a daily basis. I picked well. And over on the far side, we love dressing up for our students for Halloween. So there's him as a wizard with our dog, Bailey, who is a Great Pyrenees. My main instrument is the flute. I began playing the flute in 5th grade. That's cute little 5th grade me there in the upper left. I also play piano. So in 8th grade, I was part of the jazz band at Sandburg Middle School, and I was very hip to trying to stay up late at night and watch Johnny Carson, and of course Doc Severinsen dressed snazzy, and damn it, I was going to dress snazzy as well. So let's see here. That last photo is me conducting an alumni band out of Berkeley in California. And I didn't attend Berkeley, but I was invited to party with them all the same. I love crocheting. My secret superpower is actually getting groups of animals to pose together. So there's part of my colony of female mice at home, and both when Andy and I got married 15 years ago, we each had 2 black cats, and I told him, I said, I'm going to get him under the tree for a picture for the holidays, and he's like, yeah, right. So that's the outcome of that. So, Andy and I actually have a long history in Golden Valley as instructors of Jim Harm's My Music Store, where we taught from 2002 to 2017 in the Golden Valley Shopping Center over on 55 in Winnetka. We love making gifts for our students, particularly at Halloween. Every year we try to come up with something new. Oh, I love you, Pinterest. We also love dressing up. Recitals would always pack the house. We began doing our recitals in 2005, 1 year after we married. So we opened March 1st of 2017, and we held our first recital in the new space just 4 days later. Once we opened, My Music Store closed, and that was on March 31st of 2017. This was a very coordinated effort between Jim Harms and Linda Morris, the owners of My Music Store, and the 2 of us. Jim retired top of 2016 for health reasons, and the timing of that store closing really all hinged around the next incarnation. And that was us really finding a suitable studio space. Sadly, Jim passed away almost 1 year to the date. We lost a very dear friend and mentor, and the community also suffered a gigantic loss, not just in Golden Valley, but for the music stores locally, as well as the guitar shop scene. I was very lucky to have him in my life for the last 27 years. He sold me my first piccolo when I was 15. So On to happier things. This is our instructors. We do employ our instructors, so they are W-2 employees. They face background checks. Half of these spaces were established instructors at my music store. We've known most of these people for at least 2 decades, and in some instances even longer. One of them is another former mentor of Andrew's and myself. She was our high school band director. And there's another face up there that's actually a former student of mine. There's also my little brother and Andy's big sister, 2 school band teachers, another Minnesota licensed teacher, a handful of jobbers, a couple of college professors. They teach guitars, pianos, band instruments, orchestra instruments, drums and voice. Also music theory, composition, songwriting and recording, classical, jazz, country, hip hop, metal, and punk. So that's our musical family right there, and we love them to death. So at A Kopp Music, we provide quality music instruction to all ages and skill levels, creating a positive, nurturing, and memorable experience. We believe in literacy-based instruction, engaging in brain CrossFit, cultivating purposeful lifelong skills, and creating community. Our studio is founded on literacy at all levels. Music is a language of sound and symbol. Music Shark right there is telling us that the player should probably watch out. That chord is kind of menacing. But Music Shark also might be telling us that we shouldn't take ourselves or this piece of music too seriously. When you can read and understand music, the door is open to so many more musical experiences and opportunities with a wide variety of musical friends. And yes, we have somebody that can teach you how to read the Japanese Kinko music. Andy actually taught himself how to read that many years ago, something that I'm continually blown away by. Language literacy is also highly valued in our world, which is why we foster an environment that supports reading literacy. Since we do work with early piano as young as age 4, reading language skills is something that we gently incorporate into that learning process. And along with that is handwriting literacy. At the end of February, I'll be joining around 25 other individuals in the state of Minnesota that are certified handwriting specialists with Handwriting Without Tears. We incorporate handwriting with our lessons for early piano, as well as cursive for those older students that we're trying to correct hand postural issues with their band and orchestra instruments. All right, just need a quick costume change here. Is everybody still awake? Yeah. So, as I said, I taught for Mad Science. Mad Science Minnesota was an after-school program for students, and it was akin to, you know, for those of you who are younger, Bill Nye, for those of you who are older, Mr. Wizard from Mr. Wizard's World. I also served as an ophthalmic tech for many years. So this is actually my lab jacket for when I was working with a retinologist. I am very, very dirty when it comes to the sciences. So, boom, there. When it comes to music in the brain, like any good CrossFitter, I just can't shut up about it. Engaging in music stimulates all regions of the brain at once. It's one of the very few activities that does this. This is true for the music listener, but exponentially so for the music learner and player. The only other activity I'm aware of that has this impact on the brain is, strangely enough, cursive handwriting. It's not typing or printing, but cursive. Because of this activity, a lot of information is passed between the 2 hemispheres, which increases the size and capacity of the corpus callosum. So this is the bridge between the 2 hemispheres where information is passed across. This is why music learners and performers may appear to have faster reasoning and problem-solving skills, as well as higher executive functions in the brain. Musicians also have improved memory function. Research is now showing that music is unaffected by dementia and Alzheimer's. This is important not just for the care of our aging population, but for those with traumatic brain injuries and a variety of other emotional and mental disorders. As we get a clear picture of the benefits of music in the brain, the rise of music therapy in the medical community is going to be something that is going to be increasingly more accessible. Musicians have stronger math skills. We're doing some major mathing when we play music. This graphic is original content that I actually created for our band folders that is free to orchestra and band directors in our public schools. It is our belief that 99% of those that study music aren't going to continue beyond the first opportunity they have to quit. For most, it will be once they're done with school. So what we are trying to do is develop skills that they can take into their lives. What we know is that all of our students are going to have to eventually advocate for themselves. They're going to have to step forward and say, I need help, I need a raise from my boss, I need to step forward for my kid, for a neighbor, for an aging grown-up parent. And so maybe they have to step in front of 40 people and give a speech about themselves and their business. It's always a little scary when you do something like this. But when we have music lessons and you're playing for somebody week after week that is actively judging you at their lessons, or you get up for that recital, it's actually practice for when you are an adult later on in life and doing all the grown-up things that we need to do. So maybe by doing music lessons, it's just a little exercise in managing the butterfly for that moment, pushing through the activity, and then taking the criticism or basking in the praise. So the last thing is that we're all about meaningful. We're all about the meaningful connections. Jim Harms want to make my music store a place where community could kind of come together, and that's something that we do in our place as well. So to date, we celebrate our students. We've given away more than $2,000 to graduating seniors. We try to participate supporting schools with their fun runs and other activities where we can. We participate in Golden Valley Days this last fall. Weekly, we have a samba group that meets on Sundays in our space, and that's a wonderful group activity that you can participate in with no background. So what we do at A Kopp Music is essentially forward a gift, and we hope our students are going to forward it as well. So thank you again for listening to me. I'd love to set one-on-ones to help you know how you can take the information I gave you today and find referrals for me. And I hope you all have a noisy day.